Hey everybody, what's up? Today I want to talk about living in the end. Living as if your manifestation has already happened. Thinking from the end. Well, that all sounds really nice, but what the flip does that mean?
PC load letter? What the fuck does that mean?
If you're one of those people that's wondering what that is and how to do it, stick around. My name is Alina. I'm a spiritual life coach, manifestation coach, and a Reiki master. Alright, let's get into it. Living in the end, thinking from the end. If you're familiar at all with Neville Goddard, law of assumption, yada yada, you'll hear that a lot. That you want to be living in the end, or living as if you already have your manifestation that's already happened. Thinking from the end, thinking from the identity of that person that already has what you want. Again, that sounds really nice, but no one really explains how to do that or why to do that. So the why behind it is because if you're thinking about how something's going to come about, if you're wondering, say you want to manifest, I don't know, a new car, and right now you're looking at your current situation, and then you're looking at that end. Your current situation, that end. Current situation, that end. And you're thinking, how in the hell am I going to go from, no car or piece of junk car to brand new car? Your mind is going to want to insert itself into the middle. That's just what it does. That's your ego, human mind. That's what it wants to do. It wants to try to figure it out. And it's going to keep giving you all these thoughts of, well, that's not possible. And I would need, a large chunk of money, or I would need much better credit, or I would need a better job, and then you're going to start thinking like, well, how would I get more income? I've stuck at this job. How am I supposed to get it? Like, how would I get approved for a car? How's it going to, like, your mind is just going to keep inserting itself into that middle. If you're thinking from the end and you're imagining yourself already in the car, already having the brand new car, it's gonna keep you from getting mucked up and stuck in the middle. It's gonna give your mind something to focus on, that end result, that having the car, without trying to figure out how to get there. The trying to figure out how to get there thing is what trips everybody up. I'll give you an example. My family's going to be going on a vacation to the beach in a couple weeks, and we're going to have a long drive. And that sucks when you've got 4 kids in the car doing a really long drive. Now, I could choose to think about how much that drive is going to suck and how I'm not looking forward to that. And I got to pack all the stuff for myself, for the kids. We got, toilet stops along the way with the kids. I could think about having to schlep all the crap that you have to schlep with you when you're going on vacation, especially when you're going to the beach. You got the beach chairs and yada yada, and how's it going to fit in the car? Who's going to ride with who? How do I keep them entertained the whole time? That I could just like ruin it right there just by being stuck in that middle part. Or I could put myself thinking about me being on the beach and being really relaxed and the kids having fun and having a really enjoyable time. It's two different ways. I can either like kill it and ruin it and take all the fun out of it by worrying about the in between and how are we going to get there and how's that going to go, and are they going to the kids going to sleep in the cars, are they going to be awake the whole time, are they going to be really tired when we get there? Forget it. I don't want to think about all that. All I want to think about is myself at the beach enjoying myself and having a really nice time. That's a really good metaphor for this. So same with anything you're trying to manifest: the love interest, the pile of money, the new job, the whatever it is. The more you muck around in the middle, you're going to, first of all, feel like crap, and it's going to ruin the process. And then you're just going to be slowing it down because you're going to keep asking more and more follow up questions. Well, how is that going to happen? How would I meet somebody? I don't have time to meet somebody. How would I meet somebody? Or, like, I've already been online doing all this stuff, and it's been terrible. And I've just, it's like there's nobody good out there online, any single people anymore. The more you're thinking about that, you're just pushing it out farther and farther and keeping yourself away from that end result. If you're thinking about the end result and you having what you want, first of all, that just feels good to think about. It feels good to already be at the beach rather than having to think about all the whole drive on the way there and all the crap that has to happen before that. It just feels better. And then what happens is you're inevitably going to make it to that goal anyways. So that's your assumption. You're assuming that if you're at the end, basically like you can't screw it up. I've been doing this with my weight releasing journey and just my fitness in the gym. If I keep looking at where I am to where I want to be, where I am to where I want to be, where I am to where I want to be, that's depressing. Then I'm going to be like, I don't really feel like doing this. This is too hard. I just, you know, I'll have that cookie or whatever, or I'll skip the gym today because I don't even want to think about it. That's too much work. It's too overwhelming. It's too far from here to there. So if I'm thinking about that end result, like where I'm in the career that I love, I've got the money that I want, I've got the body that I want, yada, yada, yada. And I'm assuming that I'm already headed there because when you visualize that and you're visualizing and you're seeing a scene there, you're seeing the scene of where you have whatever it is that you're wanting to manifest. It feels good and it puts it out into the universe as a possibility. So it already exists as a possibility. Therefore, basically, you can't fail. You're headed that way because that's the way the human mind works. It has a goal, it has a target, and it's just gonna kind of plow through and go there anyway. Now, what happens when you start getting in the middle of it and start trying to figure out, well, how and why, and that's not possible, and you put all these limits, 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 limits. I only make this much money now, and I have a salary job. How am I going to possibly afford that new car or this or that? You're just slowing it down and putting speed bumps along the way. You're already headed toward the target. Your mind is going to do what it needs to do to get you there. That's its goal. It's following the instructions and going where you want it to go. So don't let your human ego mind get in the middle and try to fuck it up, basically. Just allow it to happen. So I could think about it like, even if I take a day off from the gym, that target is inevitable. Having that body that I want, it's already inevitable. So me wanting to rest and take a day off is part of that. And that's my intuition telling me that, hey, if you want to get there faster, you need this rest day. It ties into your intuition too, because your intuition will lead you. And a lot of people say, well, I don't have intuition or this or that. Yes, you do. You're just ignoring it, writing it off because it's not some big revelation giving you the keys to the universe and understanding the meaning of life. Your intuition is guiding you all the time. It's just that you're, like I said, brushing it off, or you're inserting your limiting human beliefs in the middle of it and thinking, well, I can't possibly have that, or I can't possibly do that. I can't be that person. Your intuition knows that you can, and your higher self knows that you can, and it's already done. So you're just putting barriers for no freaking reason when you're doing that. So, how do you think from the end? You assume that the target is already acquired, your mind is locked onto it, you're headed there anyway, and it's basically inevitable. And every stop along the way that you think is going off course is actually you on track. It's you still on track. It's all part of it working out. It's perfect. Start calling it all perfect, every bit of it. Because you don't know. Your higher self knows. It's the one that has a perspective and can see the pathway and knows you're already exactly on the path. So get out of the way. Stop messing with it. Just keep going. The target's acquired. You're locked on. Just keep going. Okay? That's all I got for today. Thank you. Like and subscribe. Good day.